Okay, this lesson is going to be on how do you play this topspin backhand drive on a ball that's been hit deep to your baseline. And you know, the biggest mistake I see players making is when a ball is being hit deep in here, and I'll show you where this ball lands. As you can see, it's bouncing right. It's right about in here, so it's relatively close to the baseline. And yet the big mistake I see players make is when they react to this ball. So for example, here you are, you see, oh, here comes a deep ball, and here's, as you turn, what I see is rather than turning to align yourself to the path of the incoming ball, is players will end up backing up, trying to buy either a little bit of time, but trying to get the ball to bounce up higher. And the problem with that is if you back straight up and the ball, like this one has, is eventually going to eat you up anyway. As you can see here, I couldn't step in this direction in here because the ball wasn't literally hit to my left. The ball was being hit really right at me. And if you look at where the bounce of the ball is, it's just slightly, here's the ball, it's slightly off the center of the court, and that's it. So again, what I'm going to do on this is rather than backing up, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn, and I am going to try to keep this backswing as low as possible, at the same time trying to maintain a little shape. And remember, the shape of the swing is about developing some natural body weight back out through the ball, rather than just going to, let's say, a racket back position and waiting right here. This is a big mistake we make, as I see we go to racket back and we pause right there. And then once you pause, then you become what I call a puller, when you have just kind of pulling the racket back through the ball, as opposed to turning, pausing here slightly. If there's a moment of time where you can pause, that's where you do it, and then going ahead, shaping it. And remember, we've talked about tempo in the swing. When you decide to pull the trigger, that there is a tempo in the swing that creates centrifugal force, that creates natural body weight back out through the ball. And look at where the contact is. The contact is a comfortable position right here in front of me. I'm not too far away. I'm not cramped on the ball, and I'm not reaching too far out in front. Now, here's the mistake I see a lot of players make on this, where they're trying to take the ball on the rise. Balls come in, it's on the rise, and rather than providing a platform, a real stable platform for the ball to come in and have something to rebound out of. I also like to think of the ball compressing against my racket. And my idea of compressing is where the ball sits and dwells a little bit on this platform, and it sort of changes shape a little bit. It's almost like this has become a backboard for the ball, and I'm allowing it to come in and sort of dwell on this platform, this backboard, and then rebound itself, kind of propel itself back out towards the target. Because I've got a good wrist position here with this Eastern backhand grip, and the distance away from my body is a natural position where my body weight, where my wrist position, and now the racket, which we're just talking about, is that platform. All of that creates a nice platform for the ball to come in, and rebound against it and allow it to go back out. Obviously, this platform is a moving platform, but I try to feel that it's really there's a real tempo to the swing. Again, I don't go to racket back here, wait, and then pull it against the ball. I feel like it's much more, you set everything and then you shape it, and now here comes the body weight. One speed, there's sort of one speed back out through the ball. As you get more advanced at this, right about here is where you can kind of accelerate the racket speed a little bit, but you know, your timing's got to be perfect so that you make contact exactly where you want. And now there's the finish. You're on balance, and this takes a lot of practice. The best way to do it is to go ahead and have someone feed you some underhand balls where they simply feed them, where they bounce right here, and you can get the feeling of picking the ball up. I feel like I pick it up, but that I don't, from this position here, I don't want to take that racket head and flick the racket head up to get topspin. You know, yeah, you can make the ball turn in the proper topspin direction, but you can't drive the ball back. And that's really what we're trying to do here, is use the energy of the ball coming off the bounce, coming out of the bounce up into your racket, and letting this platform that you're providing for the ball, letting that drive out through the target, finish naturally, and now you're ready for the next shot.